This is Bishop Dr. Truman Burst. Master Herbalist, coming to you from Good Shepherd Ministries.
Lines are open. If you have a question or a comment, you want to hear about a certain topic, maybe you want to hear about cancer, diabetes, heart disorders, whatever it is, please ask your question and we will elucidate, we will talk about that topic. So please ask your question or make your comment as the lines are open at the moment. And we're looking for a question or someone who wants to hear about a certain topic. So please ask your question now. The lines are open. All right, we're not.
I have a question.
Good. And what's your area code?
Well, my area code. I'm in the Dallas area.
Yeah. Okay. Right. And you're in the Google Hangouts. So please ask your question.
Yeah, I was just kind of wondering, my son is dealing with eczema, and they're just kind of just trying to figure out, the best ways to determine what's going on.
Okay, we're going to mute the mics so we don't get any feedback, and I'm going to talk about eczema. And when we're talking about eczema, what we really want to do is do some blood cleansing and detoxification. And we want to strengthen the liver. So the liver, because when the liver can't handle something, it throws it out through the skin. So if we're talking about eczema, then we want to talk about natural remedies that are going to cleanse and detoxify. So let me go over here to betterhealthherbs.com, and I'm going to click on shop products at betterhealthherbs.com. I'm going to click on herbal kits so that I can combine two products and save money rather than just buy one individual product, then buy another individual product. I'm going to click on kits under shop products under betterhealthherbs.com, and in the second column in the middle it says cleansing program with bentonite clay. Now I'm going to pull this over and drop it into the screen so you can see that product, the products that I'm talking about, when you're looking at this video, because there will be a video available and it will show what I'm looking at. You can't see it in Google Hangouts, but you will be able to see it in the video after the broadcast. Last week's video had all kinds of tutorials where you could actually see what I'm looking at and see the products that I'm looking at and so forth. And so that's what we are doing now. So I'm looking at a cleansing program on betterhealthherbs.com, and it's product number 4486, which is actually a kit with two products in it. The first product is number 1078. That's two 8-ounce CAC, colon and liver cleansing liquid. That's going to clean up the bloodstream. That's going to clean out the digestive tract, and it's going to clean out the liver, and it's going to strengthen the liver to where the liver can handle more toxins and pull things out of the bloodstream and instead of sending them into the skin, which is what's happening with eczema. Now, so and how much of that colon and liver cleansing liquid would you take? Well, depends on whether there is constipation or if there is diarrhea. We would need to know that. Do you know if there's any kind of a problem with the digestion or the bowel movements, sir? Are there any problems with the digestion, or is there any problems with constipation or diarrhea? Can you tell me that? I'm not getting a response. So we're going to use the middle of the road colon and liver cleansing liquid. That's for everybody. If there was constipation, we would use the herbal tea that's called CAC, colon and liver cleanser. And we would use the tea because the tea is stronger and you can take more of it, and it gets rid of constipation. Because what we're looking for is every bowel movement to be so soft it breaks up in a cloud. And if that's working well, then we are cleaning out the bloodstream and we're getting rid of what we're trying to get rid of. Now, a lot of times when you're doing a cleansing like that, you get headaches, and it's called a cleansing crisis. That won't happen because there's another product, number 4837, Truman's fiber with bentonite clay, that is going to absorb the toxins so you don't get a headache. And that is a good colon and liver cleansing program with bentonite clay. It's the bentonite clay that absorbs toxins and takes them out of the body so you don't get a headache, no cleansing crisis. And that is what we're looking at here. Okay. Now, is there there's also let's look at another product here. There's an eczema salve to help until you get that cleansing going. Let's take a look at that eczema salve, and that eczema salve, we'll bring that up. That is number 6565. I'm going to go into the search engine here, type in that number, and 6565. That is an eczema salve with calendula, comfrey, dandelion, licorice root, sage, marshmallow, yellow dock, grapefruit seed, oil, evening prim oils, vitamin E oil, and grapefruit seed extract, and organic coconut oil, and organic beeswax beads. And that's all that's in that eczema salve. So there's two things, one topically, an eczema salve, and one internally to do some cleansing and detoxification. And that's a good place to start. I would also be looking at something else here. I would be looking at the herbalhealthreview.com, and when I get to the Herbal Health Review, I'm going to look at common conditions, and those common conditions, let's see if I can stretch this box a little bit more here. I don't see it, but I can. Maybe I can. I can't stretch the box any bigger than that. So, whoops. So let's look at common conditions. And under common conditions, let's look at make lifestyle changes, because it's going to give you some dietary suggestions and ideas about, different things that you can eat that are going to help to give you energy and make you feel better and help get rid of eczema. So here is some lifestyle changes and some dietary suggestions and ideas. So those are three things that we can do: the topical salve eczema, which we looked at, and also the make lifestyle changes, that we looked at, that 4486 formula, 4486. That is the cleansing program with bentonite clay. Those are the kinds of things that are going to be very helpful when there is eczema. Okay, do we have any other question here? Looks like I lost that person who was asking the question, but then that leaves lines open for you. If you have a question, what is your question? What would you like to know about? The lines are open. Please ask a question now. And I don't see any questions. So if there is no questions, we are going to...
Dr. Truman, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
And also, you have the lines on mute also, so that's probably the reason why no one can ask a question. My question is, you hear a lot about, different type of diseases that's dealing with the immune system. What something base that we can take to help balance our immune systems? Because you hear a lot about
Okay. All right,
Dr. Truman.
Yes. Okay. We're talking about the autoimmune system, and that is the question.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at common conditions in the herbalhealthreview.com. And I gotta mute some mics because I'm getting a lot of feedback here from somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and mute some mics so I don't get that feedback that we're going to get. And then we're going to talk about autoimmune system as soon as I get through muting a few mics. So because we're getting a little echo back through the mics, and I believe I've muted everybody's mic at the moment, and except the person who was talking with me. Now, and so let's go over here to the common conditions. Now you're going to be able to see what I'm looking at on the video, and all of these videos where you can see the tutorials of what I am looking at, and because now I'm going to go look at autoimmune system and autoimmune diseases and low immune system on the herbalhealthreview.com, and we're going to talk about the autoimmune system, because the autoimmune diseases arise from an overactive immune response of the body against substances and tissues normally present in the body. In other words, the body can actually attacks its own cells, and this may be restricted to certain organs, maybe just the thyroid. That's a thyroiditis, or involve a particular tissue in different places, like good pasture disease, which may affect the basement membrane in both the lung and the kidney. And the treatment of autoimmune diseases is typically with immunosuppression medication, which decreases the immune response. This is an ongoing discussion about when a disease should be considered autoimmune, leading to different criteria such as Witebsky's postulates, microchimerism, and infections with some viruses and bacteria. Now, the types of autoimmune diseases are acute disseminated encephalitis, encephalomyelitis, ADEM, Addison's disease, bullous pemphigoid, celiac disease, Chagas disease. chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, Crohn's disease, one of two types of idiopathic inflammatory bowel disease, IBD, good pastures syndrome, Kawasaki disease, IgA nephropathy, idiopathic thrombocytopenic purpura, lupus erythematosus, multiple sclerosis, myasthenia gravis, neuromyotonia, pemphigus vulgaris, psoriasis, psoriatic arthritis, polymyositis, pulmonary biliary cirrhosis, rheumatoid arthritis, scleroderma, vitiligo. So, what do you do when you're fighting these autoimmune diseases? Number one, colloidal silver water, because it's going to, and you're going to need to drink it day and night. And that's the way to take colloidal silver water. You don't use it every single day. You use it when you have a disorder that you're trying to get over. And you use it until you get over that disorder. And because it's going to stimulate the immune system. It's going to destroy bacteria, viruses, and funguses in the body. So that's how we use the colloidal silver water. We normally don't use it in that heavy dose for more than 10 days. But for those 10 days, you drink it day and night, and you saturate yourself with it. Then you quit. The reason why you quit and you don't take it every single day forever is because it's a heavy metal, and heavy metals will build up, and then your skin will get blue, and we don't want that. And that's not going to happen if you just use it occasionally. And if you're just using it occasionally and for short periods of time to get rid of symptoms and to strengthen the immune system where it's operating correctly. So then after that 10 days of colloidal silver water, whether it's a cold, a flu, a virus, a bacterial infection, or an autoimmune disease, you're going to go until the health disorder is under control. And you're not going to usually go more than 10 days unless you have a very acute infection that really needs longer. And if that's the case, you're going to do it for maybe up to 21, maybe even 30 days. You may take breaks in between it. Maybe you go 10 days on, 10 days off. If there's lupus, it may take as much as 10 days on, 10 days off for 90 days, and then say goodbye to lupus, because that's how that works. And according to the medical establishment, they have nothing that will get rid of lupus, and you're supposed to live with it the rest of your life and come back and give them more money all the time. Well, that's not the way it works with natural remedies. Now, when you're done with the colloidal silver water and you have no more symptoms, then you're taking acidophilus powder so that you're reestablishing the friendly bacteria. And one thing about all these reports, every one of these products that we're talking about, you can click on them in the report and it will take you over to the betterhealthherbs.com that has the product. Then you can see it in the different sizes and what the price of it is. And then if you're a GOCC member, you automatically get a 15% discount, because the GOCC code for a 15% discount from the Better Health Herbs people, which they are a not-for-profit, and they manufacture all the 14,000 natural remedies that I invented. I get nothing for it. That's the only reason the FDA was not able to win their case against me, is because I gave it all away. When they attacked me and called me up from Washington, D.C. In 2011 and told me that if I didn't sign an admission of guilt, if I didn't sign an admission of guilt that herbs are drugs and that I should discontinue using them.
You've been muted. To unmute yourself, press the star key twice.
Okay, I'm gonna. Whoa. Okay.
Mute off.
All right, we're back again. Now, so you need to take the acidophilus afterwards, and you should take the acidophilus for the rest of your life. It's something that it's just something that we should be taking constantly, and acidophilus, it's going to give you the friendly bacteria. It's going to strengthen your friendly bacteria so you don't come down with colds, flus, infections. So it's a good idea to always take a little bit of acidophilus every morning. I do. Every morning I take a quarter to half a teaspoon of acidophilus powder. Also, I take something listed in this report called colostrum, because that is the immune factors that comes into mother's breast before the breast milk comes in for baby. The colostrum comes into the breast, and the baby gets the colostrum, and that immunizes the baby. Well, we need to re-immunize people with this colostrum powder when they have autoimmune diseases, so that they can be strengthened. So there's three things now. First, we're using colloidal silver water to destroy all the bad guys. Then we're adding acidophilus and taking that from there on afterwards, acidophilus powder, to make sure we have a lot of new friendly bacteria, and then we keep that going. Then we also are taking the third thing, colostrum powder, to increase the immune system so it will go back to work properly. Now, these autoimmune diseases have an opportunity to clear up and just disappear. And sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes it takes a lot more support, like the Truman's Super Green Foods with Herbs. The Super Green Foods with Herbs, which is number 4845 over there at the Better Health Herbs. I'm always making sure that in my power drink that I drink every day, that I've got a lot of that Super Green Foods. That gives you all the energy that you possibly can use. I mean, I've got all the energy that I need, and one of the reasons why is that Truman Super Green Foods. It's the fact that I have already gone through the colloidal silver water, and I'm taking the acidophilus every day. I'm taking the colostrum every day, and I'm taking the Super Green Foods every day. Now, if you've really got a problem with some kind of a virus in your system, there is another thing called cold flu virus. Cold flu virus number 1126. Between the colloidal silver water and a cold flu virus begone herbal tincture extract, that will wipe out any plague, any virus, any bacteria, any fungus. It will wipe them out. They just cannot exist in the presence of the colloidal silver water and the cold flu virus. That's how to get over a cold and flu very quick. If you catch it the first day, it's gone the second day. But if you don't catch it the first day, it may take up to 10 days to get rid of the worst plague, cold, flu, virus that you could ever have. The colloidal silver water and the cold flu virus number 1126 will absolutely knock it out. But it may take longer. If you wait 2 or 3 or 4 days and suffer with it, then it's going to take maybe up to 10 days to get rid of it. But it will. So, and the worst case scenario, when I came back from Egypt, I was so ill from so much back strange bacterias and so forth. I was sick. It took me 21 days of cold flu virus and the colloidal silver water to get rid of all the plagues I picked up when I spent 2 weeks in Egypt and drank the water and ate the food and came back so sick. It took me 21 days to get over it, but I did, and it's gone. And I feel I'm back to being like Superman. I just have all this energy, and I'm be 75 in 2 months, and I feel more like I'm 25. So, and that's how to do it. But there's a lot of things here that we can do to improve the immune system. Now, now we talked about there's an immune system support herbal formula called number 1, 2, 3, 4. It's an herbal tincture extract that helps to support the immune system. There's Daily Health Tea, number 4160. That's that Pau de Arco bark that fights off cancers and tumors and builds up the immune system. That's what it does. And then there's and vitamin C, a good C, vitamin C. Vitamin C is so important. I take 4 capsules of morning and night of vitamin C. That's 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C twice a day, morning and night. And not just any vitamin C. There's one called Good C, number 2277, Good C, vitamin C. And that will really help keep you strong, and it supports a healthy immune system. Then drinking that Life Ionizer water. That's another thing that's going to be, what am I trying to say? Alkaline water. That's another thing that's going to be real important for you to take. And taking fulvic acid and Intramax multiple vitamin. All of these kinds of things. The fulvic acid is minerals. It's not just any minerals. It's minerals from an ancient forest that has had a land mass packed down over the top of it, to where that land mass has smashed that forest down to where it becomes shale. Then they mine it. They call it fulvic acid. It would turn it into a liquid, and you take a teaspoon of that every morning. You're getting all of the minerals from an ancient forest, and it's really quite awesome. Now, the Intramax is the state-of-the-art multiple vitamin. That's number 2203 on the website betterhealthherbs.com. Intramax, that is the state-of-the-art organic multiple vitamin that has over 415 organic ingredients. There's nothing else like Intramax liquid multiple vitamin. That's what I also take every day. And taking the amino acids, amino acid complete, and then going over and looking at make lifestyle changes. That's going to be a real good idea, because we have a report under common conditions that says make lifestyle changes. And when you go there to the herbalhealthreview.com and click on common conditions and scroll down just underneath a great big egg, there's an egg, and underneath the egg it says make lifestyle changes. And when you're looking at make lifestyle changes, that gives you some dietary suggestions on how to increase the immune system. And it talks about the Life Ionizer water that is number 0111. That is the stock number over there on Better Health Herbs for Life Ionizer water, the alkaline water that everybody's talking about. The best alkaline water manufacturing machine is Life Ionizer water, number 0111. And then it goes on to talk about, B12 and folic acid. That increases the immune system. That's number 2055. And liquid sunshine vitamin D drops. Vitamin D increases your immune system. It fights off cancers and prevents cancer up to 73%. Just liquid sunshine vitamin D, number 2227. Liquid sunshine vitamin D drops. 1 drop equals 1,000 IUs, international units of vitamin D3. And I take 4 or 5 drops every morning under the tongue. I take 3 drops of B12 folic acid under the tongue, number 2055, under the tongue. There's pregnenolone to increase your stamina and resistance to stress. And pregnenolone is number 2491, number 2491. It's a capsule. I take 1/3 of a capsule under my tongue every morning. And the fulvic acid, the B12, and the Intramax, and the 16 ounces of Life Ionizer water. And then I'm taking that colostrum, number 2158. Every morning I'm taking this. I already took it this morning. And then make sure you're getting calcium and magnesium. Not just any calcium and magnesium. You want one that is high-tech, like that Nice Bones formula, number 2455, calcium and magnesium. All of these things increase your immune system. That good C is number 2277. I take 4 capsules of that every morning. And then the super enzymes, so you digest everything and make your digestion easier to work. That's going to help eczema too, because you're breaking down and digesting things easier, and it's helping the liver. And that is number 2589, super enzymes. I take 1 capsule of that every morning. And finally, something that's going to help the skin and the hair and the fingernails to where they are better looking than ever before. It's called MSM, methylsulfonylmethane, and it's a powder, and it comes by the pound. It's number 4815 MSM Ultra Pure Powder. You get it by the pound. I take a heaping tablespoon of that every morning so that my skin stays young, because that's what it does. It keeps every cell in your body young and permeable, because as you age, your cells shrivel up and die. But when you're using that MSM, a therapeutic dose, 1 tablespoon 3 times a day, then your skin will stay young. Your hair will get better. Your fingernails will be better. Everything works better when you're taking MSM Ultra Pure. And I'm getting some kind of an interesting sound here. Let me see if I can find out where it's coming from. Let's see if that straightens it out. No, and that didn't. So that's interesting. I'm getting this interesting sound coming through here, and I don't know. It's coming up from the Google Hangouts, so I'm going to go over to the Google Hangouts and find out where it's coming from. I'm going to say hi to Jackie. Hi, Jackie. And I'm going to go over here. I don't know why I'm getting this sound. But anyway, I'm not going to let it stop me. Anyway, make lifestyle changes in herbalhealthreview.com. That's going to give you all kinds of suggestions on how to have a really healthy diet and a super strong immune system. And all these things are listed there under Make Lifestyle Changes. And one of the special things that's listed there is milk thistle seed. You can either get it as a liquid or as a powder. It's milk thistle seed powder or milk thistle seed extract. Will renew your liver by 60% every 120 days. And when you have a liver that is that powerful and that new every 60% every 120 days, let's see who's calling this here. Yes, hello. Hello. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. If you'd like to join us, we are doing a conference right now. Please call 503-606-6064 and join us in the conference, and I'll be able to talk with you there. That's 503-606-6064. Please call that number. I can't hear you on this line. And so the milk thistle seed extract, I put a big heaping tablespoon of that in my power drink that I drink every single day. So, and this person is calling again, I think. And let me see if I can take this. Oh, okay. Hello. Hello. I can't hear you very well. Can you speak up?
Jennifer, can you hear me?
I cannot hear you very well. I'm doing a live conference right now worldwide, and I can't talk on the telephone right now. But if you call that conference, or if you went on the herbalhealthreview.com, and you clicked on Discoveries in Health, there's 3 ways to join the conference: on your computer or over the telephone. Please contact me there. Can you do that?
My name is Jennifer. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I'm in a conference right now. And what is your question? Hello. Okay, perhaps they can join us in the conference. All right, because they're calling from out of the country, and they have and it's really a weak line, whoever they're calling from. But this report under Make Lifestyle Changes, where it talks about the milk thistle seed extract and the colon and liver cleansing liquid and that fiber with bentonite clay, it's all there. There's also a gland rejuvenator for people who have glandular imbalances, which are also very contributive to autoimmune diseases. A lot of people with an autoimmune disease, well, they have a problem with okay. There we go. We had somebody over at 817, and there was a feedback through their mic, and we muted their mic so that we wouldn't get that feedback. And we are continuing to talk about natural remedies for the autoimmune system, and we were talking about a gland rejuvenator number 1196. So a lot of times the glands are not functioning properly. So it took 8 separate formulations, combining them together for every single one of the glandular systems: the pituitary, the thyroid, the pineal gland, the pancreas, the kidneys, all of the glands at the same time. When you work on all the glands at the same time, that's when they go back to work. But if you're just working on, because you have a low thyroid, and you're just working on the thyroid alone, it may not go back to work because the rest of the glands are also suffering and not able to do their job properly. And so when you're working on all the glands at the same time with about 26 different herbs targeted to every particular glandular system, then the glands go back to work again. And that's number 1196. It's a gland rejuvenator herbal tincture extract. But that Make Lifestyle Changes report, which is talking about all kinds of things that are going to benefit the autoimmune system, and that's why I wanted to mention that glandular formula. But under that Make Lifestyle Changes report in herbalhealthreview.com under common conditions, Make Lifestyle Changes, it also talks about how to improve your vision and gives you ideas on what herbs, what natural products will help the eyesight, and there's also information here how to lower cholesterol and how to reduce the risk of a heart attack. It gives you all of these different products and information and so forth. It's all under Make Lifestyle Changes, and it even talks about a complete formula of herbs for people who need support when there is any type of a cancer, breast cancer or any type of cancer. You'll want to know about a formula that is number 1084. 1084 is a combination of historically and traditionally herbs used when there are cancers. Am I claiming cures? No. Am I claiming that you're gonna? No, I don't do that. It's up to the good Lord to do the healing. I'm talking about these things that are going to strengthen your body, that are going to comfort people. That's what I'm talking about. And the Lord does the healing and the curing, and the FDA does the opposite. So that's a little bit about the autoimmune disease. I'm going to go back over here in Uber Conference. I'm going to open up the mics, and if anyone has another question about natural remedies, please let me know. Again, I'm not prescribing, I'm not diagnosing. We're talking about these things for educational purposes, so and religious purposes. This is our, a religious exercise here. Throughout the Bible, you're going to see, in Daniel and Leviticus 11 and so forth, all about diet, because the Lord wants us to prosper and be in good health above all else. Now, the lines are open, the mics are open, and if you have a question, please let me know what that question is, or if you have a topic you'd like me to address, I will be glad to do that. So please, the mics are open. Ask your question, make your comment. Now's a good time. Area code 817. Do you have a question? No question. Okay, I'm going to mute the mic on area code 817 because I'm getting feedback through that mic. And anybody who does have a question, please let me know what that question is, and we'll move on to another topic. So we just talked about Make Lifestyle Changes. We talked about eczema. We talked about a cleansing program, making lifestyle changes, autoimmune diseases, and how to get over some of these problems and increase the immune system to where it's functioning properly, because it's overreacting, and that's what an autoimmune disease is. But these supplements can balance